Okay, so if you're diving into the world of crypto, there's one piece of tech you absolutely positively cannot skip. A wallet. But it's so much more than just a place to stash your coins. It's really the key to controlling your own digital future. So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. What a crypto wallet is, how it works, and how you can choose the right one to keep your funds safe and sound. Let's do this.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll get into the huge idea that you are your own bank. Then, we'll look at the keys to the kingdom, the tech that makes it all possible. We're going to cover the super important difference between hot and cold storage, break down your main wallet options, and then wrap it all up with a simple strategy to protect your crypto.
Now, before we even touch the tech, we have to talk about a mindset shift, a really big one. See, crypto isn't just about digital money. It's a whole new way of thinking about ownership. It puts you in complete control of your assets, which, also means that keeping them safe is 100% on you.
This slide right here, this says it all. You see, with a regular bank, they're the middleman. They hold your money for you. But in crypto, you're not just a customer. You are the bank. You hold your assets directly. This idea is called self-custody, and honestly, it's the single most important concept to get your head around. You are in total control.
So, if you're the bank, how do you actually get to your money? How do you manage it? Well, it all comes down to these things called cryptographic keys. And trust me, understanding these is absolutely crucial.
First up, you've got the public key. The easiest way to think about this is like your bank account number. It's the address you give out so people can send you crypto. You can share it with anyone, anywhere. Post it online, it doesn't matter. It's totally safe to share. Simple, right?
And then, you have the private key. This is everything. This is the master key to your entire digital vault. It's what proves you own the crypto, and it's what you use to send it. If anyone gets their hands on this key, they get your crypto. No questions asked. This is your most important secret. You never, ever share it with anyone, for any reason, period. Which brings us to probably the most famous saying in all of crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto. Think about it. If you're using a service, say a big exchange, where you don't actually hold the private keys yourself, then you don't truly own your assets. They do. It's that simple, and it's a powerful reminder of why self-custody matters so much.
Okay, but what if your computer dies or you lose your phone? Are your funds just gone? Nope, and that's where the seed phrase comes in. It's your ultimate safety net. When you set up a wallet, it gives you a unique list of 12 or 24 random words in a very specific order. Write those words down, keep them safe, and you can restore your entire wallet on any new device. It's like the master key that can recreate all your other keys. So yeah, it is just as secret and just as important as your private key.
All right, we've got the keys down. So now let's talk about how wallets are actually grouped together. It really all boils down to one simple question. Is the wallet connected to the internet? And that question leads us to the two main types of storage. So on one side, you have hot wallets. These are software, basically apps on your phone or computer. They're always connected to the internet, which makes them super convenient for day-to-day stuff, like trading or making payments. Then, on the other side, you have cold wallets. These are physical devices that store your keys completely offline, which gives them maximum security against online hackers. And that's the fundamental trade-off, right? Convenience versus security.
So let's dig a little deeper and see how this whole hot versus cold thing plays out across the three main types of wallets you're going to encounter. We'll look at the pros and cons of each one so you can figure out what actually makes sense for you.
First, you've got your software wallets. These are the hot wallets we were just talking about. The mobile apps, the desktop programs, the browser extensions. They're awesome for beginners because they're usually free and super easy to use. Perfect if you're doing a lot of trading or messing around with DeFi, that's decentralized finance. But, and this is a big but, because they're always online, they're the most vulnerable to things like hacks, malware, and phishing attacks. Next up, hardware wallets. These are the cold wallets. They're little physical gadgets, kind of like a USB stick, that keep your private keys locked away completely offline in a special secure chip. This makes them pretty much immune to any kind of online attack. To actually send crypto, you have to physically plug in the device and press a button on it to approve the transaction. It's that extra layer of physical security that makes these the absolute gold standard for protecting serious amounts of crypto long-term. The only real downsides are they cost a bit of money and they're not as quick to use as a software wallet.
And finally, there's the paper wallet. And yeah, it is exactly what it sounds like. Your private and public keys printed out on a piece of paper. Now, technically, it's a form of cold storage because it's offline. But in the real world, Well, let's just say this method is seen as pretty outdated and, honestly, extremely risky for a whole bunch of reasons.
I mean, just think about it for a second. It's paper. It can get wrecked by fire or a flood. The ink can fade over time. You could just lose it, or someone could steal it. Even just creating one is sketchy. What if your computer has malware when you generate the keys, or you use a public printer? And the scariest part, if that single piece of paper is gone, your crypto is gone forever. There is no backup. There's no recovery. It's just gone. And the stakes here? They're incredibly high. A report from Chainalysis estimated that up to 23% of all Bitcoin currently out there, we're talking billions and billions of dollars worth, might be lost forever. And a huge chunk of that is just from people losing their keys. This isn't a game. Poor security has real, permanent consequences.
So, when you weigh all the options, the expert consensus today is crystal clear. For anyone who's serious about their crypto investment, a hardware wallet is, without a doubt, the most secure way to go. It just solves the biggest problems you find with both software and paper wallets.
But hey, this doesn't mean you have to pick just one type of wallet and stick with it. In fact, the smartest and most common strategy is to use a hybrid approach, taking advantage of the best of both worlds.
Here's how it works. It's pretty simple. You treat your hot software wallet kind of like a checking account. You just keep a small amount of spending money in there for quick trades or interacting with apps. And you treat your cold hardware wallet like a high-security savings vault. That's where you store the vast majority of your crypto for long-term holding. Then, you just get into the habit of moving profits from your hot wallet over to your cold wallet. It really gives you the perfect balance of convenience and total peace of mind.
Look, learning how to truly be your own bank is the first most critical step you can take on your crypto journey. It's the bedrock that everything else is built on. So now that you know how to secure your assets, the real question is, what are you going to build with that power?